Good afternoon. We have breaking news across the country this hour. First, to a major emergency response on the Hume Highway between Sydney and Canberra, where a minivan rolled and crashed. At least 8 people are hurt. Grace Fitzgibbon is live with the latest details. Just coming into the newsroom now. Grace, the road has been shut down.
Yes, Angie, this crash prompted a huge emergency response with 3 ambulance helicopters landing on the highway to treat these patients. The crash unfolded around midday when we understand a minibus carrying at least 7 passengers rolled off the road. Those passengers and the driver, a man believed to be in his 50s, were trapped before being freed by witnesses who quickly rushed to their aid.
Some of the kids were able to move on their own. Some of the people were trapped under the vehicle, so with the help of the other people drove past, we were able to lift the vehicle up and free the trapped individuals.
We know 2 adults were critically injured and 6 children were also injured, 3 of them seriously. All southbound lanes of the Hume Highway had to be shut down, causing traffic chaos with pile-up of cars backed up for hours. Angie?
Grace Fitzgibbon with that breaking news. Thank you. We have more breaking news on a major breakthrough in the fire that tore through Melbourne's Caulfield racecourse this morning. Police have just confirmed a 51-year-old man has been arrested. The blaze broke out in the Heritage Grandstand around 6:30 a.m, causing significant damage. A suspect was captured on CCTV lighting the fire. To news just in, a man's body has been found at a home in Melbourne's southeast. Tyra Stowers is live at the scene in Dandenong. Tyra, what's the latest from police?
Well, Angie, the exact circumstances into the man's death are still yet to be determined, but I can tell you that the homicide squad have been called in. Now, a crime scene has been established and it's still in place after emergency crews responded to McRae Street here in Dandenong at around 9:40 a.m. This is after the man's body was found in the front of the home. Detectives have been door-knocking houses, speaking with neighbours, trying to piece together exactly what has led to a man losing his life. Now, there's also been a fairly large amount of forensic police combing through the home and taking pictures. We spoke with neighbours a short time ago. Here's what they had to say.
We heard 2 shots this morning. It was literally one after the other. It was like bang, bang. And me and my partner just looked at each other, thought it was fireworks, but then we didn't because it was like, no, they were gunshots.
And then I come back and then that was like gunshot, like boom, boom.
Really, we scared. We didn't come outside to see what's happened, what's going on.
Now, the man is still yet to be formally identified, but as you can probably see behind me, there is still a fairly large police presence as officers work to determine whether or not they'll be treating this death as suspicious. Angie?
Thanks, Tyra. We're following developing news overseas, and at least 32 people have been killed after a powerful earthquake rocked a remote region of Tibet. The US Geological Survey is reporting the 7.1 magnitude quake hit just after 9 a.m. local time. Tremors were reportedly felt as far away as 400 kilometres in Nepal's capital, Kathmandu. Bombshell self-defence claims have been made today by the lawyer for one of 2 brothers accused of murdering a young Brisbane woman. Let's go live to Jordan Quinn. Jordan, we heard from his legal team outside court this morning.
Angie, it came as quite a surprise given the brothers are each facing a murder charge. 32-year-old Kane Thompson Gleeson and 29-year-old Cody Thompson were arrested yesterday, 3 days after warrants were issued. They're accused of shooting and killing 23-year-old Chloe Mason on a Caboolture Street back on December 22. The brothers were brought into the Brisbane Watch House very late last night to face court this morning. But here is what Kane's defence lawyer had to say.
Chloe Mason came to the front of Kane's house armed with a rifle. Kane explained to the police that he did not kill Chloe, and what he did to defend his home and his family against a murderous attack.
This claim will certainly make this case very interesting, but there is still a very long way to go. For now, the brothers' cases have been adjourned to next week, where police will disclose a full brief of evidence.
Thank you. Jordan Quinn there. The Prime Minister is in far north Queensland this afternoon, splashing cash in a seat Labor believes it can win this year's election. Live to Josh Martin in Canberra. Josh, Anthony Albanese seems to be getting tired of election date speculation.
Yes, good afternoon, Angie. The PM told Sunrise viewers this morning that he wants 4-year fixed terms to end the drama. Anthony Albanese trying his hand at pickleball this afternoon while campaigning in Cairns, also serving up an extra $50 million on remote housing and community facilities in the battleground seat of Leichhardt. During the press conference, he was asked if he would hold a referendum on 4-year terms, which Peter Dutton, the opposition leader, also supports, a move that would end election speculation with fixed polling dates. But the PM appears a little gun-shy to holding another referendum after losing the Voice debate.
The Coalition always say at this stage in the cycle they support referendums, but then they don't. There's been a referendum tried twice on this very issue.
Forget the politics. Forget the stuff that just keeps the inside Canberra bubble occupied.
The PM also inspecting construction of the Rockhampton Ring Road this morning, following his announcement the federal government will fund 80% of the cost of upgrading Queensland's Hume Highway, while only funding 50% in other states. That's angering Labor premiers in New South Wales, Victoria and WA.
You're going to get some pretty cranky premiers right around the country, I think, hassling Albo for more money.
Well, I think the Prime Minister has set the precedent now, so I very much look forward to the next conversation.
Fund projects according to national priority and national needs. The Hume Highway is a special case. The Pacific Highway has been completely duplicated.
Anthony Albanese is doing this tour of Queensland to get match fit for the election, but still snapped back at reporters when grilled about breaking his promise to reduce power bills by $275 by 2025. So things are really heating up, Angie.
Thank you, Josh. The widow of one of the fishermen killed after their boat capsized off South Australia has broken down, paying tribute to the loving great-grandfather. As Hannah Ford reports, the boaties were trying to untangle stuck equipment when the cabin cruiser overturned.
The fishermen were checking their crayfish pots in the water here off Beachport, as they did every day for several years, when things went tragically wrong. 82-year-old Roger Walker has been identified as one of the men who died. He, 69-year-old Victor Kent, and his wife Kathy, who was driving the boat, all washed up on shore just before midday. Victor and Roger sadly could not be revived, while Kathy survived, taken to hospital with serious injuries.
I'll love him and I'll miss him, but when these things happen, you can't do anything about it.
Roger's heartbroken widow June says she knew something was wrong when he didn't return from his regular fishing trip by mid-morning. Today she broke down as she paid tribute to a kind, funny and family-orientated man who had a passion for fishing.
We've all just got to love and think about him and keep on going in his memory.
The 6-metre boat was left capsized, bobbing in the water for hours until it was finally retrieved late last night. Police say only 2 of the 3 were wearing a life jacket.
We'll be collecting as much information as we can so the coroner can make a determination, but at this stage we don't have any concerns that this is anything other than an accidental drowning.
All 3 are from the nearby town of Millicent, the close-knit community now rallying around the well-known and respected families.